This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in Coffee, Country, and Cody. I'm Kelly Sutton. That's Charlie Mattos. We have Annie Nye standing by and Jeff Roberts up in master control with us this morning as we get your Tuesday started off right. Got a lot of stuff to cover. Number ones for everybody. Passing them out like it's candy, like it's Halloween. You don't have one, but everybody else does. Sorry about that. I know.
Okay.
Jelly Roll coming in with a number one. Justin Moore coming in with a number one.
I pre-ordered the record like he asked me to, and to help him get to number one. So I feel like I've been like a part of this journey.
You think you're going to get a plaque?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I've never gotten.
Make that happen for me.
Okay.
Work on that.
I'll try.
Thank you.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah. So here in Music City, when you get a number one, we have a big party and everybody gets plaques. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while, someone who has helped out with that record will get a plaque in our industry.
Right.
So all of my friends have number one plaques for playing the song or talking about the song or, I don't know, just being a part of it. I don't have one of those. And I've been here 23 years. Just saying.
All right. Work on that.
If there's somebody out there that wants to give me a plaque, I'd love to have one.
All right.
Yeah.
You have a lot of friends who've had number ones too.
I know.
Minion, Kelsey Ballerini, Carrie Underwood.
What's happening out there? Apparently I've made an impact on absolutely no one. In this
Carrie, just take one out of the trophy room, put some masking tape, just write Kelly Sutton and hand it to her. She'll be very happy. So, yeah.
That's what we want. All right. We're going to be talking about all that coming up in Entertainment Headlines. Plus, we are talking about scary movies. Yeah. It is that time of year. What's your go-to scary movie? What are you going to be putting on and curling up? Got some popcorn. You're ready to be scared. We're talking about that this morning. So if you have any great suggestions, let us know. Instagram's an easy way to keep in touch with us. You can find me, the Kelly Sutton, over there, and let me know your favorite scary movie. And I just got to be honest with you. I'm not a fan. I don't do scary movies very often. But there are a couple that I'm like, that one. Yeah, I could watch that one again. And it also scares me.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
it. I like the ones that just aren't stupid. Like, there are a lot of ones that are stupid. I don't find those scary. Like, they're just gory. I like the ones that feel like they could really happen. Those are the ones that get me.
Okay, those are the ones that bother me.
That's the best kind.
Oh, yeah. I know. All right, we're going to dive back.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
All the things entertainment headlines wrapped up just for you right here on Coffee, Country, and Cody. It is a service and we offer it to you free. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of our viewing audience this morning on Circle Country or wherever you're watching us, Peacock, Roku, all the places. If you're listening to us on WSM, good morning to you. Thank you for being a part of our radio family. We have a big family and I like it. Especially as an only child, I feel like this is my extended family now.
Yeah, and they never come and spend the night, so it works out well. Thank you.
It works out well. No one's popping in.
Exactly.
I don't have to buy all the gifts. It works out pretty good.
Listen, there's a reason why the Lord invented hotels.
Please say that louder for my parents. Just kidding. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Just kidding. Come see me anytime. Okay, let's talk about Jelly Roll. This is really great because he was really gunning for a number one. He wanted his new album to come out at number one. And he said it. He was very honest about it. He said, hey, help me out, pre-sales. Also, all of the money from the pre-sold albums will be going to different charities that he supports. So it was like a win-win. You're going to get the album. You got the vinyl, you said.
The limited edition gold vinyl with the gatefold. I got a photo of it. I'll send that. Well, next time we do entertainment, we can see it. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's a great, great, great record. It really is such a good record.
Beautifully Broken is the record that we're talking about, and it came out at number one, debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 charts. Congratulations. It also was number one on the all genre chart, which is really something to be said. I mean, he's been killing it. He's everywhere. He was in, selling out Madison Square Garden and then on SNL, and you've just seen him pop up everywhere. He was just on Amazon Music Live right before or right after the football game on Thursday night. So So he's everywhere these days. And Jelly is just raising the country music flag everywhere he goes.
He wants to win an Emmy Award next year.
He does want to win an Emmy. I told you he was the mayor of Stagecoach. He's now going to be one of the headliners at Stagecoach. So it's all working out for him. But the coolest thing is, and I call it the victory lap, because the first time that he headlined Bridgestone Arena was really, really special. He grew up in Nashville. That's his hometown arena. For him to be there and to sell it out and perform was really special. He's doing it again. He just added this date on the Beautifully Broken Tour, November 26th. So talk about something to be thankful for the week of Thanksgiving.
It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, if you're keeping track. Yeah.
And it goes on sale today for everybody who has a pre-sale. If you're a part of his, fan club and you get that pre-sale code, goes on sale today. If not, general public sales go on sale Friday. Again, November 26th, he's going to be playing at Bridgestone Arena. Congratulations to Jelly Roll. Justin Moore racking up another #1. And he's one of those artists that you forget how many hits he has until you start listening to his discography and you're like, wait, that was a huge hit. That was a huge hit. This is his 13th #1.
I was going to say double digits, but I didn't remember how many it was.
Isn't
wow,
that great?
13.
13 #1s. This is my dirt.
I sense a greatest hits album coming soon then.
Oh, yeah.
That's the right amount.
That's exactly right. You're not wrong there. So Justin hit his 13th #1 with This Is My Dirt. Incredible song. It means even more to him because he actually lives on a piece of land that has been in his family since the late 1800s. So many generations, it's been in his family. It's in Arkansas. And he talked about the fact that he was living here in Nashville and he was chasing the artist dream and doing all the right things. And finally he said, you know what, this is not who I am. This is not what I want to do. And he moved back to Arkansas. And a lot of people were telling him, hey, you're going to tank your career. If you're not in Nashville, you're going to be out of sight, out of mind, and this is not going to work for you. But he built a house on the backside of some of the acreage across from where his parents are. And he said, my kids can leave their back door and run across the field to their grandparents' house. And that's something that I can't put a price tag on. And clearly it's working out. 13 #1 hits for him. So congratulations to our friend Justin Moore. It's on his album, which he dropped earlier in October. If you haven't picked it up, 10 tracks. And he has collabs with Jason Aldean. He has collabs with Blake Shelton, Dierks Bentley, Randy Houser. You can check it all out. That is our friend Justin Moore. All right, Morgan Wallen breaking another record. Man, he set him up and he tears him right back down. This one is pretty cool. He was just informed that he is the highest selling country music tour of all time. Think about that. That you're talking all time. Anybody else that you put up there that has made huge numbers in country, he's just broken it.
So it's got to be stadiums to do that because you need a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you think of who's had great stadium tours. Kenny Chesney.
Kenny has killed the stadiums.
Luke Combs, certainly, the last couple of years. So this is great competition he's beating.
Absolutely. Okay, the record is now 3,107,695 fans. That's across 87 shows, including 51 stadiums, 10 countries, and 3 continents. Pretty impressive.
Toured the world, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Morgan Wallen on making that new stat. Okay, it's October. We're getting closer and closer to Halloween. Let's talk scary movies. I hate them. And I don't recommend them.
So this is you're taking one for the team.
I'm taking one for the team.
Okay.
This was the team concept, what we want to talk about today, and it was scary movies. Charlie Mattos, you go first. Your favorite scary movie.
Yeah, my all-time favorite. And I remember the first time I saw it, I snuck out of bed when I was a teenager, like 11. Well, I guess 11's not a teenager, but it would have been the first time CBS showed this movie late night. I snuck out of bed and was so paralyzed with fear I couldn't get off the sofa. The Exorcist still holds up for me too. So, because it's just so, especially being Catholic, it's just so real to me. It just, and those are the ones that really get me, the ones that are real.
Yeah. I remember being...
Dear me, why you do this to me, dear me? You're not my mother!
I remember being told as a child, don't ever watch that movie.
Ooh, have you?
Yeah, I watched part of it. I don't think I ever made it.
Yeah, it's oh gosh.
Yeah, I can't. Oh gosh, no, don't put that in my mind. I don't want to hear that. All right, Annie, we were talking scary movies, and I haven't seen the one that you mentioned. What is yours?
Prom Night.
Prom Night.
You've never seen?
Never seen Prom Night.
There's an original with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then there's a 2008. That was me, with Brittany Snow.
Okay.
It's great. It's scary. It's good.
Is
they
it
go to
all
prom.
about prom night? Okay.
Yeah, they go to prom. She had a stalker of sorts, and then he gets out of jail the night of prom.
Oh.
And they're at like this hotel.
Oh, okay.
And it's prom night, and he does a lot.
And a lot of things happen.
Lots of things happen. It's great.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get
watched it
down
in my
that road.
youth, so that's frightening. But
Jeff, what was Jeff's? Midsummer?
Midsummer. Oh my gosh.
I don't know this.
Yeah, I don't
Quaking
know
in
this
my
one
boots
either.
about that. I don't even think it's worth watching. I need his.
He's laughing. He's like, oh,
It's
great,
really,
thanks.
really well done artistically, but it's so disturbing.
Oh, okay.
It's like so disturbing. Like if you should never watch it,
Okay,
Kelly,
great.
but
I won't. That's fine.
Charlie, if you're into like the artistic part of a scary movie,
Oh, those are the best ones.
It's
The artsy, scary
disturbing.
ones. Yeah.
No.
it's disturbing.
Okay.
I said Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
classic.
That's a great
It's a
one.
classic.
Classic.
It was scary the first time, but it's also a thriller. See, I feel
Which
like
we love.
I can do more of a thriller
Mm-hmm.
than I can a scary movie. And I will tell you, probably the scariest movie, the last really scary movie that I saw
Mm-hmm.
was The Ring.
Oh, The Ring is really great.
We were in
The
a
Ring
Charlie.
is so good.
We were in
Charlie
a
loves it.
really dark. It was our friend's theater upstairs, and he was like, "Let's watch The Ring." And it was really dark outside, and it was like raining. And then she comes through the TV, and I was like, "I am out." I literally got up and walked out. I was like, "I cannot. No, thank you." And then, yeah, all of it just freaked me out. And at that point, I was like, "I don't think scary movies are for me."
Okay. This is not truly scary per se, but it's the one movie I cannot, to this day, and Renee and I have been together 21 years now, if you count the 2 years we dated, 19 years married.
Yeah.
I cannot get her to watch Jaws.
Oh, really?
It just so terrifies
That
her.
makes sense.
She so loves the beach and
Right.
the ocean, and so hates sharks.
Yeah.
That she turns off the TV if the Shark Week promo comes up.
Listen,
I get
out
it.
of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
Ignorance is
Right.
bliss. Don't tell me about the shark.
I just want to play in the water. It
Right.
feels really nice over here. All right. Scary movies. If you got some, chime in. Let us know about it. We love it when we get to talk to everybody. Oh, that's so scary. Oh, get it out of my head. Get it out of my head. We are talking about all things entertainment this morning. And one of my favorite things to talk about are rescue dogs. So if there's ever a story that has a rescue pup in it, you know I'm going to talk about it. And this one is really special because it's Jackson Dean. He just performed not too long ago at the Grand Ole Opry. We love him, and we all kind of agree he is this old soul. He hasn't been around for a long time as an artist, but when you talk to him, you're like, oh gosh, you feel like you're so much older and wiser than your actual years.
What is he, maybe 25?
Maybe. Yeah. But he has a song out right now that is really about his childhood dog, which who doesn't want that in their life? They need that song in their life. It's Big Blue Sky, a heartfelt song all about his dog, Carl. Now, Carl was the dog he had growing up, has since passed on over the Rainbow Bridge. I know, sad. But in his music video, there's a pup that's making an appearance. You see him here on this picture if you are watching us on any of our streaming channels. That is his rescue dog named Elk. So take a listen to how Elk came to be a part of Jackson's life.
I picked Elk up about a year ago in Middle Tennessee. I went unsupervised on a Monday and just started looking online, and then his picture popped up. I was like, I gotta take you home, dude. He's about the same size as Carl too, which is funny, and I see a lot of similarities with them. They're very playful, and he's been really, really awesome dog so far, and he's gone everywhere with me, and yeah, man, he's a good boy.
He's a good boy. He said-
Unsupervised on a Monday. I love that.
I went unsupervised on a Monday and saw him and said, I got to take him home with me. Yeah. Rescue dogs are the best. I've had a lot of rescue dogs in my life.
And I don't know what I have done, but the algorithm for every social media site has like rescue dogs for me.
Oh, sure.
I used to wake up really early. Well, I still wake up really early, but I've changed my routine. But I used to watch the news for about the first 15 minutes, and every single time would be the commercial with the Sarah McLachlan. Exactly. And the second I would hear it, I had to like either turn the TV off or just avert my eyes because I can't watch.
It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
It breaks my heart. Growing up in the country, we had rescue dogs, but it wasn't like we went to the pound and picked them out. People just drop them on you. So they just wander up and you're like, who are you? And then they hang out for a while. My dad would be like, no, we're not keeping this one. This one's a stray. Get him out of here. And before too long, he's like, oh, you mean our dog, Sadie? Yeah, she's going to be with us forever. I love her. I'm like, you hated that dog, Dad. You didn't want that dog here. Every dog that got dropped on us ended up staying. So at one point, I think we had 3 that were just random.
Yeah. Well,
boys.
we had Allie the pug who lived to be 16. We adopted her when she was 8.
Yep.
And now Kate the beagle is going to be 12 on Halloween.
Oh.
Well, that's the day we adopted her, so that's what we've given her as her
happy
birthday.
to her.
Yeah.
Wicket is 6 now, I believe, and we got him from Nashville Humane. He was my pet of the week. We had pets of the week when I was still working at Channel 4. They came in every Monday. My friend Kenny Collier, who worked there, would bring them in, and there was a day where Reese was with me at work. It was like bring your kid to work day, and of course it was on a Monday, and of course they brought in the cutest puppy ever, and she's like, Mommy, can we keep him? And I said, yes, we'll take him home. And then I'm texting Paul, hey, I'm bringing this dog home. And he thought I was joking, and I wasn't.
No.
So that's how we ended up with him. Congratulations to our friend Jelly Roll coming in hot with a #1 album, Beautifully Broken. It's out now. Came in at #1 on the Billboard 200 charts. This is really special. He said, I want it. I want this to go #1. So if you guys can help me, that would be great. You got the album.
Yeah, I'm expecting my either plaque or, personal thank you note from Jelly Roll.
Okay, good.
I splurged for the deluxe edition gold vinyl version of Beautifully Broken.
Oh,
Plus, I mean, I love him anyway, but since all those pre-sale dollars went to great charities and stuff. But isn't it a beautiful pressing?
It's gorgeous. Looking at it right now, I can see it. This is what you actually got in the mail. So you took a picture of it. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Jackson saw the album cover. He's like, Daddy, what's this?
It's got a skull on it. Yeah. Well, it stays with his theme a little bit, but congratulations. And Jelly Roll just added I don't know if it's a final stop, but another stop to the Beautifully Broken tour here in his hometown. It's happening November 26th at Bridgestone Arena. Tickets are on sale for pre-sale. If you have one of those pre-sale codes, you can get in about a little over an hour here Central Time.
10 this morning.
Yep. And if you don't, then they're going on sale Friday. So you can get tickets and go see him the week of Thanksgiving, that Tuesday. Jelly Roll at Bridgestone Arena.
With Ernest and Alexandra Kay as the special guest. So a fun night of music.
That's going to be amazing. Okay, everybody, we've been talking about scary movies today. This has been the topic of discussion. I am not a fan. I am very admittedly not a fan of scary movies. I think the last one that I saw was The Ring, and I was immediately like, hard pass, no.
So good.
But I really, like, psychoanalyzing myself, taking it back, I remember my mom telling me, you can never watch, please never watch this particular scary movie. So what was the first thing I did? Went to my friend Donna's house who had Showtime, and we watched it. Children of the Corn.
Oh, and growing up in Indiana.
I had cornfields on every side of my house.
Yeah, not a good. Stephen King will get you every time.
Stephen King will get you every time. You know what's interesting? I went through a big Stephen King phase when I was a teenager. So high school, I read almost every Stephen King novel. The movies? No. I can read the books. I can't do the movies.
I honestly like creepy more than I like scary.
Okay.
So I love all the M. Night Shyamalans. Sixth Sense, obviously,
creepy.
but Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Signs with Mel Gibson.
That one got me.
Oh, man. The Village.
I don't think I saw The Village.
Oh, really good. Really good. Yeah.
All right. So scary movies. Do you have them? Let us know. We might even take a caller or two. If you want to call us, tell us your favorite scary movie.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
She's about to grace the stage at the Grand Ole Opry for the second time, but she's here early with us this morning. Karley Scott Collins, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's an early morning and a late night.
Yep.
Are you going to try to nap in between?
I actually might, because I just got back from a writer's retreat too, so I feel like I need a little nap.
This has become the new thing, the writers' retreats.
Yeah.
I was just chatting with people yesterday and they were like, oh, we went here, we went there, we were out of town. So where were you? Was it someplace fun?
Yeah, we were at Tim's Ford Lake. We got a little Airbnb. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we wrote some good songs too, which is obviously the goal. So,
well, and it is interesting too that people are thinking, if I go somewhere with the purpose of writing, it forces you to stay in the moment instead of, oh, I need to go feed my dog or, go get groceries or whatever.
And it's nice because like if you're stuck in a place with creative people and you're just constantly having conversations, I just feel like it's ideas kind of flow between, even if you're just like making dinner, you're like, wait, that's a cool song idea, let's write that later. It's nice to be stuck somewhere together.
That's very cool.
Now I know sometimes these are done with people who you've written with before and well, and sometimes it's in a whole new group of people that maybe you've never worked with before. Right. What was this combination?
This is actually two people that I've written with for a little while. It's Alex Klein and Joy Beth Taylor, who I actually wrote my most recent song Religion and Politics with. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be talking more about that coming up in just a little bit. Growing up, you were in Florida.
Yes.
So tell us exactly where.
I'm from Lake City, Florida. Okay. And it's a small town about an hour north of Jacksonville.
Oh, wow. So it's up there.
Yeah.
So how did your family still there?
Yes, they are. Yeah, my whole family lives within probably 10 minutes of each other.
How did they do with Helene? Because that kind of went their way.
They were good for the most part. There's some like trees down and everything, but it didn't hit Lake City directly.
Nothing
thankfully.
like Carolina.
Yeah, no, good. That's
Yeah, that's kind of a scary situation.
Yeah, really.
So what was playing on the radio? What were you listening to growing up? Give us a vibe of little Karley running around.
Actually, a lot of my childhood was spent listening to a lot of rock music. So like as far as what was playing on the radio, my dad would drive me to school and play Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, Metallica, all of that stuff. So that was what I grew up listening to, except for that when I got my first record player, my Nana gave me a stack of country records. And those were like the first real records that I listened to. So probably the first time I ever heard Willie Nelson's voice was on a vinyl record.
As it should be.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it was his greatest hits record. It's still one of my favorite records of all time. And so that was how I got introduced to country music.
When did you start playing music?
I started playing guitar and writing songs when I was probably 9 or 10, and then I started singing in church around 11, 12, and really just never put it down after that.
If we had $1 for every artist that started in church, we'd go have a really expensive lunch right now.
I bet you would.
Or they would pass the plate and you would put it in the offering plate.
Well, it's such a win-win though, right? Well, you're a good point. I just got that. Yeah. So I grew up Catholic, and one of the things, I can't sing, but I volunteered to do like the scripture readings. Right. Because I thought, well, the church needs someone who can do this, but it's also incredible practice talking in front of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it was
That's
like
true.
The best ever win-win.
Yeah, it taught me how to sing harmonies. So, I mean, I probably would not be good at them now if I didn't sing in church.
See, that's the best part. And then taking away from that, too, having people recognize in that and tell you you're good at something. When you're young and you hear that kind of feedback, then it gives you the confidence to keep trying.
Yeah, of course.
That's so exciting. First song that you ever learned to play on the guitar, what was it?
Oh, it goes back to my rock and roll roots. The first song I ever learned on guitar was No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age.
I was going to go Sweet Child of Mine, but that's fine.
No, but that is my dad and my song. That is that's our thing.
Did you get to see Carrie Underwood when she was on tour?
I sure did, here in Nashville, and it was crazy.
I was there.
And there was a rain show, and it was so much fun.
It was amazing. Probably one of my favorite Carrie shows that I've seen.
It was crazy.
Well, all I can tell was when she duetted with Axl, it was quite clear when Axl's part came in and when Carrie was.
She was living my dream that night.
Yeah. That's so fun. Okay, so take us back to getting an invite to the Grand Ole Opry, because it was a pretty special way to be invited to play on the stage.
Yes, it was. So I was in the studio that day, and I was recording, and my manager had called me that morning, and he was like, just make sure you look cute today, and just because we're going to have someone there filming, and also make sure you're free at this exact time because someone's going to call you about something. And I was like, this is the vaguest thing I've ever been prepared for.
Right.
So I was sitting there in the studio, my phone rang, and it was Keith Urban. And I was like, oh my God. And he said, I've got something to ask you, and this was a big dream of mine. I'm sure it's one of yours, but you're going to get to make your debut on the Opry coming up. And it absolutely blew my mind. It's something I've wanted to do for forever, and being asked by him was crazy. Yeah.
What was the Keith connection?
So he actually had just played guitar on a song that I put out, and so that was kind of how we had met.
Did I see Nathan Chapman in the background of that video
You
too?
sure did.
Yeah.
Yep. He's one of my dearest friends and co-writer, co-producer. Yeah, he's amazing.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Okay, religion and politics. We're talking about both this morning. This is the old saying, you never talk about religion and politics with family or friends or at dinner or Thanksgiving, you know, those things you avoid. So you wrote a song about it.
Yes.
Tell us about this song.
So, yeah, it was inspired by something that one of my mom's friends used to say, which I guess really wasn't that unique because apparently a lot of people say it, but it was never talk about religion and politics with friends. And, I had went back home for the first time in a while because, I get to be on the road a lot these days, which is nice. But you go back home and you catch up on all kinds of things. And then, people maybe avoid religion and politics, but I was being asked about an ex-boyfriend. And I thought that should be something that should be added to the list of things people don't talk about. So it's religion, politics, and you.
More coffee, country, and Cody is on WSM.
She's up early hanging out with us in the studio before she hits the stage at the Grand Ole Opry tonight. It's Karley Scott Collins. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You are excited to meet Vince Gill tonight?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, and then Charlie freaks you out and says, oh, by the way, Vince watches everybody. He stands side stage. And you're like, don't tell me that.
I mean, at least I'm prepared, though, because when I opened for Joan Jett, I looked out and she was sitting there watching me sound check. And I was like, oh, my. And I was not prepared. So you probably helped me out a little.
Wow, your rock and roll childhood must have loved that, though, huh?
Oh, yes.
I mean, how cool is that? Well, I'll tell you this, because we referenced Keith Urban earlier.
Yeah.
Vince is everything you want him to be, as is Keith Urban.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that will put you at ease. Right?
Yes.
So,
You're going to love that. Well, and you mentioned Joan Jett, but you've been out on tour with Carly Pierce on the Hummingbird Tour.
Yep.
So many of our favorites you've been out on tour with. So what's it like when you're with somebody like that? Are you side stage, like taking notes, or what are you picking up from them?
Absolutely. It's just nice to be out with somebody you look up to in general, but I'm always watching from side stage and watching how they interact with the audience and how they interact with their band and like how they recover from things that go wrong in a set. And, because it's good to watch someone who is obviously a lot more experienced than you and how they handle those kind of things too. So always watching. Yeah.
See, that's the best part.
And just for fun, because I'm a fan too. So just watching because I like it.
Yeah. Well, Carly's a great one to learn from.
Yeah, she is.
For sure.
She's very sweet too.
Okay.
Well,
So-
and she has a good self-deprecating sense of humor. Because you said recover from things gone wrong. That tumble she took one night when she
that was rough.
It was but she did it about as gracefully as you can do it, So.
I mean, honestly, I feel like for every time that you're on stage, your chances are just going up. It's going to happen, probably. Right?
Don't say that.
I mean, no, it's not going to happen tonight. Not going to happen to you, but other people,
Everyone else. Right?
everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Well, and especially when you're playing outside, if it's raining.
Right.
I mean, like
Yeah.
Carrie, she was in the rain, and it's just scary when you think about all that.
We talked about your Opry debut, and
Yes.
certainly we celebrated 50 years of the Opry House, so it is an iconic venue. But
Yeah.
you got to play the Ryman too.
Yeah.
So what was the Ryman experience like? Because man, so much history in that place.
Oh yeah, it was very cool playing the Ryman. It was the first time for me and my entire band, and to get to do it opening for Joan Jett was really cool too. But yeah, it is kind of, similar to the Opry in a way that it's just like the history of the people that I've looked up to that have stood on that stage and played is just it's so long, and so being able to be someone who was able to play on that stage was very cool for me.
Okay, so Opry tonight with Vince Gill, side
Yes.
stage.
Yep.
Will that be more nerve-wracking, or will playing Hometown Show coming up in Lake City, Florida? Like that
Lord.
one, because everybody is probably going to be there watching.
Yeah, I am a little nervous about that one because I have not ever played in my hometown. So, maybe I'm probably more excited than nervous, I guess, because really my hometown has been so supportive of me and my career that getting to go home and play for everybody back there is kind of, I guess, an honor. I guess it's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the good part then. You're
Yes.
not like, oh, I don't want to make eye contact with anybody. The guy.
I'm sure there'll be a few people there I don't want to make eye contact with.
I was gonna say, what about the guy? The guy you're gonna sing the song.
Yeah, well,
religion and politics. Is he gonna be in the crowd?
that's what I've signed up for. So.